is Uti, and I'll be taking you through confidence interval for the proportion. And the question we're going to be doing is on page 106 of the textbook. It's exercise 6.4. So the question reads, a recent survey amongst 120 street vendors in Johannesburg showed that 42 of them felt that local bylaws still hampered their trading. Construct a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of street traders in Johannesburg who believe that bylaws hamper their trading. So this question on proportion, we don't know the actual proportion of street vendors and we can't find it because the population is too big. So what we're going to do is construct a confidence interval to estimate the proportion of street vendors. So the way you know that this is a proportion question is that you're given two values, an x and an n. And in this case, our x is 42 and our n is 120. And we're going to use these two values to calculate our p hat. And it goes 42. So that's our p hat value. Could somebody please calculate that? 0.35. So the proportion of our sample is 0.35. So then the next step is we're going to use the formula for a proportion in sampling and estimation. And the formula goes p hat plus or minus z of alpha over 2 all over root of p hat 1 minus p hat all over n. So we have our n, we just calculated our p hat value, but we still need to calculate our z of alpha over 2. So they said we needed to construct a 95% confidence interval. So what I like to do is just on the side of the question paper, you go 1 minus alpha, which is the confidence interval they wanted, and you change it from a percentage to a decimal, and it's going to be 0.95. So then that means that our alpha value is going to be 0.05. And then we want an alpha over 2 value. So then we're going to half this. And that equals 0.025. So now we have everything we need for the formula.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, why is it alpha over 2? Why not just alpha?
Oh, that's a good question actually. It's alpha over 2 because there are the distribution we're using is the Z distribution and it's symmetrical. So we're accounting for both the positive and the negative region. Yeah. Okay, so now we have everything we need for the question. So we're just going to plug our values into the question. So first proportion was 0.35 plus or minus z of alpha over 2, which is z of 0.025. But a point here is we don't actually know what this is because our table only starts at 0.5. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go 1 minus alpha over 2 equal to 0.975. And we can find that in our table. So could somebody please find that for me? One nine six zero.
Yes,
Yeah.
1 comma.
Okay.
Oh, 1,96.
1,96. Okay. So our z of 0.025 is actually equal to 1,96. So we'll leave that there and finish the rest of the formula. So our p value again is 0.35 and 1 minus p is going to be 0.65. And then all over the number, which was 120. So now we're going to have 0.35 plus or minus 1,960 to the root of 0.35 times 0.65 all over 120. So could somebody please do that on their calculator?
Okay, the lower arm is 0.264.
0.264.
Okay, let's do 0.2647.
0.2647. Okay, so the first one the first one that she did was 0.35 minus all of this, and she said it was
0.2647.
0.2647, and then now we're gonna find our upper bound by plussing 0.35 plus the rest of this here.
That's 0.4353.
0.4353. Okay, and that's how you finish the question. So this means that the actual proportion of the population, we can be 95% confident that between 0.2647 and 0.435% of the actual street vendors think that the bylaws hamper their trading.